As of July 30, 2025, the MQ-25 Stingray continues to be one of the most closely monitored and strategically important programs within the United States Navy's modernization efforts. It is the Navy's first carrier-based unmanned aerial vehicle designed specifically for the air-to-air refueling mission, and it marks the beginning of a new era where unmanned systems will be expected to operate seamlessly alongside crewed aircraft on U.S. Navy aircraft carriers. Boeing, the prime contractor for the MQ-25 program, is currently conducting ground testing of the first production representative air vehicle. This version represents the closest configuration to what the Navy will deploy operationally, incorporating lessons learned from earlier test models such as T-1, the first test aircraft, and the subsequent engineering and manufacturing development (EMD) units. These previous test aircraft were not built to the final production specification and were primarily used for early flight trials, deck handling demonstrations, and validation of the refueling system using the Cobham Aerial Refueling Store. The ground testing currently underway is being performed at MidAmerica St. Louis Airport in Muscoda, Illinois, where Boeing has established a dedicated MQ-25 operations center. This testing includes extensive evaluation of the aircraft's propulsion system, avionics, flight control software, fuel systems, and electrical architecture. The goal is to ensure all systems meet reliability and safety thresholds before proceeding to flight trials. The testing is also designed to verify how well the aircraft communicates with both its ground control station and the carrier-based command networks it will eventually integrate with. Boeing and the U.S. Navy are targeting the first flight of this production representative MQ-25 before the end of 2025. This flight will be a significant milestone, not only because it represents a shift from developmental prototypes to near-operational hardware, but also because it has been delayed multiple times due to challenges in engineering, testing integration, software development, and program oversight. A previously published Department of Defense Inspector General report in 2023 highlighted that the MQ-25 program had fallen behind schedule because of technical design rework, insufficient supplier performance, and internal coordination issues between Boeing and Navy stakeholders. At that time, Navy leadership pushed for restructuring the program and prioritizing the development of a fully mission-configured aircraft to enable progress toward operational testing. The new ground testing phase is the direct result of that restructuring. The MQ-25 is designed to refuel carrier-based aircraft like the F/A-18 Super Hornet and F-35C Lightning II using a hose and drogue system mounted under its fuselage. With a range of over 500 nautical miles and a refueling capacity that significantly extends the operational radius of other aircraft, the MQ-25 is expected to restore and expand the Navy's organic carrier-based tanking capability, something the fleet lost when it retired the S-3 Viking and reassigned fighter aircraft to tanker roles. The MQ-25 has already achieved limited testing milestones in prior years. Boeing's original T-1 test vehicle successfully demonstrated air-to-air refueling with an F/A-18 in 2021 and also performed deck handling trials aboard an aircraft carrier, using a specially developed Unmanned Carrier Aviation Mission Control System (UMCS) that allows operators to control the drone's movements using handheld deck consoles. Now that the MQ-25 is entering the final phase of development, the Navy's acquisition strategy is focused on procurement and integration. The Navy's fiscal year 2026 budget request includes funding for the first 3 production aircraft, priced at approximately $161.5 million each. These will be the first aircraft of the final configuration to join the fleet and undergo operational testing aboard a carrier. In total, the U.S. Navy plans to acquire 76 MQ-25s, as part of its long-term goal to modernize the carrier air wing and establish a more distributed, flexible, and survivable force structure. The aircraft is being built with modularity in mind, meaning future variants or updates may allow it to carry sensors for intelligence and surveillance missions or serve other support roles. However, as of now, the MQ-25 is strictly intended for aerial refueling and related support functions. No strike, electronic warfare, or weapons deployment missions are included in the current baseline. Carrier integration is a core focus of the remaining development timeline. After the production representative MQ-25 completes ground and initial flight testing at MidAmerica, the Navy and Boeing will transition to at sea trials aboard a U.S. Navy carrier. These trials will include catapult launches, arrested recoveries using the aircraft's tailhook, deck handling via remote consoles, and in-flight refueling simulations. This phase is expected to begin in early 2026 and will culminate in the system achieving initial operational capability, IOC, by fiscal year 2027, assuming testing remains on track. Vice Admiral Carl Chaby, head of Naval Air Systems Command (NAVAIR), recently confirmed in a public briefing that the MQ-25 program is being treated as a foundation for future unmanned systems. While the Navy has conducted past experimentation with unmanned aerial vehicles, the MQ-25 is the first platform intended for sustained deployment aboard carriers under real-world operational conditions. Its success will directly shape the Navy's broader vision for manned-unmanned teaming, distributed maritime operations, and reduced crew burden on legacy platforms. From a design standpoint, the MQ-25 is built to withstand carrier operations. It features ruggedized landing gear, tailhook arresting capability, folding wings to save deck space, and corrosion-resistant materials suitable for high-salt environments. It is powered by a Rolls-Royce A300-7N turbofan engine, the same basic engine family used in aircraft such as the Navy's E-11A Battlefield Airborne Communications Node and the Cessna Citation family. Its flight control system is semi-autonomous, meaning it can conduct flight missions with minimal human input while allowing for real-time supervision and override by a remote operator. The MQ-25 does not carry any weapons, and no other weapons systems are relevant in this context. Its role is strictly support-focused, and it has been engineered for efficiency, endurance, and reliability in high-tempo maritime environments. The MQ-25 Stingray is at the most advanced stage it has ever reached since the program's inception. The current production representative aircraft is undergoing ground testing, with flight trials expected by the end of 2025 and carrier-based testing beginning in early 2026. It remains a high-priority program within the Navy's future air-wing strategy, with no other weapons systems involved in this report. All information is derived from official U.S. Navy documents, Boeing press releases, public budget requests, and independently verified reporting from defense media outlets.